I'm going to talk about LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. Talk about his performance against Clemson yesterday. And depending how long this video goes, maybe we'll show 2 or 3 clips of film. We're not going to do a huge film, deep breakdown, but we'll show a few clips at the end of the video. But let's talk about Nussmeier. Let's talk about my main 3 takeaways and why Nuss was able to help LSU come away with the victory yesterday. So Nussmeier, 28 of 38, 230 yards passing, 1 passing touchdown, 6.1 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown, 0 interception. So obviously the turnovers was huge, not turning over the ball. But the biggest takeaway for me was he found a different way to win stylistically than what he showed last year being as a quarterback. This is what good quarterbacks do. He didn't come out on fire right off the bat. It was a slow start, right? It took him a little while to get going. And then you saw some NFL throws, which we'll get to in a second. So it was a slow start, but got cooking, especially in that second half, especially later on in the game. He figured out what the defense was doing and then was able to exploit them and have some success. But here's an example of him just changing his game, him having to change his style. He's known as a gunslinger. He's known as pushing the ball downfield. He was second in the SEC last year with completions of balls thrown 20 yards or more downfield. But he had 0 completions yesterday of the ball of passes thrown 20-plus yards downfield. Now that touchdown, that should have been a touchdown, the catch that got overturned and was no longer a catch, that should have been a touchdown, but still had 0 completions on those type of passes. And again, last year was second in the SEC on those type of throws. So he found a different way to win. 14 of his, 28 completions? 14 of his 28 completions were behind the line of scrimmage. We saw a lot of these quick screens. The ball comes out real quick, boom, hit it to one of your outside receivers, let them get upfield for 5, 6, 7, 8 yards a pop there. The receivers did a good job blocking on the perimeter. So just an example of finding a different way to win. Right? That's what good quarterbacks do. You don't have to go out and play to your style the whole game. You play to the style that the defense presents to you, and that usually leads to a pathway to win, right? My second takeaway, NFL throw after NFL throw. And the broadcast did a good job talking and showing these NFL throws, especially at the end of the game. But let's go ahead and talk about exactly what the broadcast talked about, his ball placement. And we'll show this video here in a second maybe, but the touchdown to Green, right? 14, they're 6'7" tight end. Ball placement. Throw it where only your receiver can get it. The receiver can block out the defender and make a good catch. Even the ball the ball that got overturned that should have been a touchdown to the Kentucky transfer. Even that ball, that was an unreal throw. That's an NFL-style throw. Anticipation. The throw that stands out to me on this was, I think, to Anderson. He threw it to where the window was. If you look at it and you're able to see, he didn't really lead the receiver, but he threw it perfectly. That's exactly what the ball should be. Able to show that as well. An anticipated throw. Just NFL throw after NFL throw. And then key number 3, and this is something we talked about if you have watched this channel in the past, his movement in the pocket that led to some movement outside the pocket, still keeping his eyes downfield. He's always been elite in the pocket. Not extremely fast, like linear, but from side to side, he's very quick. He's agile. He has a very good feel and pocket presence, which, again, the broadcast did a great job talking about yesterday, and he showed it again yesterday. They even talked about his dropbacks, how he had a tendency last year to, when he hits the end of his dropback, he still keeps fading back. Well, he did a good job not falling back on those dropbacks and kind of climbing up in the pocket there. So he had those improvements yesterday, or he showed those areas of improvements that you wanted to see. He avoided that snowball turnover effect like we talked about. He showed better ability to climb the pocket, and then he showed what he's always been good at, the ability to move in the pocket and keep his eyes downfield. He showed NFL throw after NFL throw like we talked about, especially in the second half. Ball placement, anticipation, taking what the defense gives you, not forcing anything, and then he found a different way to win than maybe what he's accustomed to or used to or even wants to. Like he's a quarterback. He's a gunslinger. He wants to rip that thing downfield. They only had 3 attempts where the ball was thrown 20 yards or more downfield. There just wasn't much there that Clemson was giving them, and he still found a way to win. 14 of his completions, half his completions came with the ball thrown behind the line of scrimmage there. So I thought it was a really impressive performance, especially going on the road and beating a team like that. Even these numbers aren't gaudy numbers. You had a lot of quarterbacks that put up huge numbers yesterday, but give me Nussmeier all day as my quarterback, right? If you watch the channel, you know I'm high on him. I think he's going to be the best quarterback in the SEC. I'm taking him any day of the week to be my quarterback. I am a little bit biased. I do have some Cajun blood in me, so maybe that's the LSU side of my family talking. But still, give me Garrett Nussmeier. So let's go ahead and watch maybe 3 clips. If you've seen the channel before, we know we tend to show some broadcast footage. I have to slow it down. I do apologize, but I think it does a good enough job demonstrating what Nuss was able to do to help LSU get the victory. So let's go ahead and check out these clips, and then we'll wrap the video up. So here are a few clips of Nuss, just 3 or 4 clips that will show, demonstrating what we just talked about in the first part of the video. And it's broadcast footage. I have to slow it down so YouTube doesn't get mad at me. So we're doing less and less film. But this is the first clip I want to show. It's an anticipation throw. I thought it was a really nice throw. Fitting the ball into a tight window. You'll see Anderson running an end/post/slant route here over the middle. And he does a good job. Nuss does a good job fitting the ball, throwing it where only the receiver can catch it, which is in the hole. So we're going to see a blitzer coming. They bring 4. Ball comes out now through the throwing window, right? And you can see, let's see, and right there, I think it's up top safety too, but regardless, there's 3 guys he fits the ball into, right? If he led him, he's probably throwing an interception. This is why I think it's a really good mature throw. It's an anticipation throw right before the receiver got in that hole. Nuss threw it, and he's keeping the ball in the hole, slowing him down just a little bit so he doesn't lead him too far out here. Really good, nice throw by Nuss. Again, a good anticipation throw, an NFL throw. He had several NFL-type throws on this drive alone here, especially in the second half. All right, here's the second throw here, ball placement to the bottom of the screen. Just give your guy a chance to go make a catch. Let him box him out. Throws it in front of him. Doesn't try to lead him too much, or doesn't try to give. Doesn't let their corner be able to make a play here. Just let your receiver box him out. Really good ball placement here. I think this is the clip that Kirk and the broadcast actually showed, demonstrating his ball placement ability. Again, NFL throw after NFL throw. Next clip, his ability to maneuver within the pocket / roll out when he needs to, right? Again, I always talk about, I think Nuss is a more athletic quarterback than given credit for. We saw a nice, 10, 12-yard run yesterday too. So you can see Clemson comes. He's able to escape. He keeps his eyes downfield. He throws it across the body, something you're not necessarily taught to do as a quarterback. Sometimes you are able to make these type of throws. But again, throwing on the run, this is big here, right? This was before they tied the game up. Am I correct? Right? I think this is the drive they tied the game up early in the second half, right? So again, Nuss escaping pressure, eyes downfield, throwing it back for a nice completion here. Again, the ability to move in the pocket, the ability to climb in the pocket, and then able to utilize your legs outside the pocket and throw on the run when you need to. Last clip will show the catch that should have been a catch, the catch that should have been a touchdown here. I thought this was a hell of a throw, hell of a catch too. I mean, all around, just a great freaking football type play. Throws it only where the receiver can catch. I mean, if you look at it, can we get there? Can we get there? I mean, there's no room for error, none at all, right? Drops it right where it's supposed to be before the safety gets over. It's perfect coverage here. Again, the receiver makes a hell of a catch too, right? That's unreal. Great throw, great catch. I know they ruled it a drop on the field. I thought it was a catch. I don't know what a catch is anymore, and you heard the broadcast talk about that as well. So we'll let this play for a second, but if you're an LSU fan, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of Nuss's performance? Again, going into Clemson, one of the best defenses, one of the best teams in the nation, finding a way to win, changing your approach, and you win. You're able to maneuver in the pocket well and then make NFL throw after NFL throw when you needed to. The reason they won was the defense improved play and then Nussmeier finding a way to win. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this type of content, we're a big SEC hub. We talk all SEC quarterbacks. We spend a lot of time on Nuss. So if you're an LSU fan, please consider subscribing to the channel. Like the video, all that stuff. It helps us grow. We'll see you next time. Peace.